Now, let's talk about rock stars. Most of them today wouldn't know a good car if it offered to pleasure them in the back of a limo. All they want, really, is to get invited on Anton Lard and be picked up in a sponsored Citroën. They're pathetic. But my guest tonight, he's a proper rock star. You gave him a car like this, he'd probably lose it or drive it into his moat. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamiroquai frontman, JK!
Thank you. How are you? I'm very well. How are you?
Have a seat.
Thank you.
Actually, you are quite a car fan, aren't you?
Just a bit.
Really, seriously. Because we were going through the office the other day and I was working on my perfect garage and it would have a Mercedes Pullman, Ferrari 550, Lamborghini Miura.
SV.
SV.
Of course.
You got any of those?
Yeah. All of them.
And what else?
There's a 360 Spider, which is outside, DB5, a Concourse 2002 Turbo, 74.
That one actually interests me. What have you got? A 2002?
I call it, because I've always had 2002s. I've always started off, my first car was a 1602, which is a little underpowered job.
Well, your very first ever car?
My first car, which I bought off two old ladies, with some letters with it, and they said, we did 1,500 miles in it this year, you know. When I did 1,500 miles a week, you know. And that was a 72 car, had all the original stickers and everything. And then I went up to TIs, Touring International, Touring Injection Internationals. Then I had a dog of a turbo, because some of them are real dogs. I only did about 1,572 of them. And now I've got a Concourse ex-BMW Car Club winner. So.
Oh, really good one. Because you're more of a fan of, like, the 3-litre CSLs?
I used to have an original Batmobile, yeah.
Oh, really? A 3.2?
I had a 3.2 CSL, yeah.
See, how boring can we get on numbers
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
Where did it all come from, your love of cars?
My mum had a Triumph Herald 1360 convertible.
Best turning circle of any car. Well, there was something in its favour.
Yeah, no, it was, I spent all my life on the road. And, you know, when you're in the back, I mean, in those days, they didn't really, you know, not everything had a motorway. And, you know, and I spent my whole time in the back of the car and just looking at a car. I mean, I knew every car on the road, you know.
This is when you were a kid?
That was when I was tiny. You know,
Oh,
I mean,
really?
I was about 4 and 5. I knew every car on the road, everything.
Because your mum was
I mean, now I don't know anything because they all look the same.
Your mum was an entertainer as well, wasn't she?
Yeah, yeah, mum's a singer. So there's a lot of miles all the time.
Because you are a fairly wicked driver.
You know, because of the work, you know, and the type of job I do, which I want to get rid of and swap for this one now. I'm going to swap it for your job.
Anytime.
Yeah.
I'll swap with you anytime.
You wouldn't like it, I can assure you, but, you know...
No, your fans wouldn't like it.
No, yeah, that's true. No, they wouldn't like it. Yeah.
What are you doing on the stairs?
Who's that croaking? You know, I don't get as much track time as I'd like to, you know, and I mean...
What's the fastest you've ever been, then?
Well, I don't like to say this because everybody thinks I'm just some thug on the road, but I did do Rome to Calais in 13 hours and hit 190, which was...
That's really good, actually. Did the mental arithmetic there.
Rome to Calais,
That's really properly fast.
The needle didn't drop below 140, really.
Even in the petrol stations?
Yeah, in the petrol stations.
I presume you visited a few.
I visited a few, yeah. Well, it's always that balance, isn't it? Do I go a bit slower and not visit so many?
No, go faster.
And then you wonder why that bloke in the Morris Minor is ahead of you still. You know? You know, because the other thing is that every petrol station you stop in Europe, you go, oh, I'll have that cuddly toy, and there's an interesting interior light thing on the thing, and I'll have one of those, and even though I've got 10 of them at home and something to stick on the window and all this rubbish.
Anyway, of course, as you know, you haven't just come down here to chat and play silly kids' games.
No.
Reason that we have a celebrity guest every week is so that they go out and play star in a reasonably priced car. They drive round our track in our Suzuki Liana. Now, you did that earlier today, yes?
I did.
Tell you something quite funny. We had Harry Enfield here last week. He drove the car in standard tune. Heard it was JK, we put a roll cage in it. We're going to be seeing later on how you did.
OK.
Actually, have you driven the RS Focus?
I have. I was given one just last week, yes.
Did you like it?
I can't say I did like it much.
Really?
No.
You found that all that...
Oh, yeah, I mean, it was like, oh, there he goes. There he goes again.
Absolutely terrifying.
It's quite, you know, I mean, nicely put together. Nice thing.
You were once told that you could be a rally driver. Now we're going to find out how good you are, or bad, on a track. We've got the tape.
OK.
You want to see it?
Might as well.
Run it.
OK. I like this third gear business. I like this third gear business. Right, I must get this right. I must learn to drive properly. And it's a slight turn in there, and it's there. It's there. That's better. That's better. That's better. That's better. That's there all the way. That's the one. Ooh. Don't be punished. Don't be tempted to put too much power on. That's beautiful. I'm gonna get this down even further. Get it out of reach of Clarkson and his henchmen. This is the one. This is the Punisher. 76, 80, 80, 80, 82. Bang it in there. And flat we go. It's flat in third. Come on.
Third?
Yeah, but right the way.
Fourth gear corner.
Yeah, but then you never keep the revs up there.
No, you keep the speed up and flat through there, flat through there.
Flat.
OK, how fast did you get along here? This is a crucial bit.
Well, I don't know, I'm trying
87 I once hit there.
that's
Have you ever driven anything as cheap as this in your life?
Listen, before we say this is cheap, OK, this is £10,000 for that.
9995.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And here we go, and you're across the line.
Across the
in
line,
the 9995 car. And
Hold on.
What are you doing here?
I don't know. What happens?
Have you lost it? Oh, look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, a handbrake turn.
Beaten Jamie, oh, beaten Jamie Paxton on the track.
Now, these are the times so far. Can we get a camera nice and tight on Jay? Because I've got your lap time, OK? We're going to get nice and tight. JK, OK? 1 minute. 48.1 seconds. That's astonishing.
Get it up there. Get it up there. Straighten it up. Straighten it up. Genuinely happy about that.
It's not that I'm a sore loser or anything.
You're just gutted. You're smarting inside.
I'm hurt.
I know.
So hurt that I'm going to humiliate you by showing everyone a little clip of you doing some practice in the Suzuki.